Hello there, this is Jennifer from the Energy Dynamic Model Academy. It's been a long time since I've done videos, but I'm back on it now. Apologies for the slightly not perfect background or camera setting, but so what, we've got to do it, so let's do it now. I've been working really hard in the last couple of years on the setting up another academy called the Get Sorted Academy, which is all about getting you where you need to be on your terms and in a kind and humble way, making sure you remain human at the same time. There's so much going on at the moment with artificial intelligence, chatbots, and I'm going to do lots of videos about that and how it affects our consciousness and the question of consciousness generally as well, and our relationships with machines. What is that doing to us? Well, it's definitely taking us in the wrong direction, and I'm going to explain why in future videos. But as I said, I've been working really hard setting up this Get Sorted Academy, and there's a sequence of courses for you to go on. The first thing you need to do is to learn how to focus, and there's a free taster course online now, which is a film of a performance I've made showing you the three principles of focus. And I'm using your imagination though, because it's a play, so there's music, there's sound, there's speech, there's props, so your imagination actually watches this performance and connects to you in a way unlike your mind, because with your mind is very logical and very rational, and if it doesn't understand something or it doesn't like something, it will reject it. With your imagination though, it's completely different. With your imagination, that's very open, and what happens around you, you experience, and given your past experiences and your present now, you will then take facts from that in reference to you in a way that gives meaning to you. So there's symbology in this performance which will mean something to you as an individual, which is why I've done this as a play. I would love you to come and see the play in real life. So get in touch with me if you would like me to bring the play to you, or if you want to come to me. It's also got a CPD certificate now, so if you're in the UK and you come to see the performance, you get a CPD certificate that you can put on your CV that will show that you're working hard on your self-development and self-awareness, and that could put you in front of other people in the queue when you're looking for work. So if you come and see a live performance, you get a CPD certificate if you pass the simple test. But for now, jump onto the free online course. As I said, it's a film of the performance. It's working with your imagination, so you will understand in reference to yourself. It will make sense to you as a unique person. It will make sense to you, okay? So please jump on. There's a link below. But what I was actually going to talk to you about was anxiety, because I've just been talking to someone who I've worked with for a while in the Energy Dynamic Modern Academy, and we were talking about anxiety, and I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's a good top tip. Now, one reason why people are so anxious these days is because, and I quote, "I have no meaning and purpose." This is typical, and this is society, not you. Stop blaming yourself. It's not you, it's society. However, you are part of society, so you can change it. You can change how you are, because if you understand how you control your focus, you can control your experience in this society. And once you start to control your experience in this society, then if everyone did that, society would then change, wouldn't it? However, you need to start with yourself first. So this lady was talking about meaningless and purposelessness, and so I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. But as I said, the first step for all you guys, if you want to really get to grips with changing how you live, in the sense of realizing that you are the person driving the car, and you can experience life as you wish, You can't control it, but you can control how you experience it. And over time, eventually, you can curate a life that suits you. All right? So get to grips with that. Meaningless and purposeless. Well, a lot of this is because we're looking for the hit. We're looking for the high. And this is really exaggerated these days, massively, because of computers and screens and phones. We kind of all know that. But to be honest with you, because you're focusing on that, because it's addictive, it's taking your attention away from what it means to be human. Therefore, your human is suffering. Therefore, you are feeling anxious. So I've talked a lot, again, with the Energy Dynamic Model Academy about what I call power needs, and there are 10 power needs we need to feel good as a human being. Now, what people tend to do is focus on a couple of these. For example, I have to express myself. For example, I need to, I don't know, be active all the time. I need to be constantly achieving, etc., etc. Yes, there is an element of that. But if you imagine a cake, okay, that's all the cherries. We need the cake to enable a cherry to be on top of the cake. So the analogy I was using with this lady was a car. So if you're busy rushing around, doing all your things, making sure you're achieving, making sure you're getting your acknowledgement, making sure you're getting attention, making sure that you're succeeding, etc., etc., you know, doing your gym, doing your meditation, doing all these things in a very separated tick box way, there is no context, there is no flow. So as I said, I was comparing this to a car. So it's a bit like you've got your car, so you've got your nice cleaning tools, you've got your duster, you've got your shimmy leather thing, and you're rushing around your car and you're sparkling all the windows, you're making the headlights look really good, you're waxing the car, you're making sure the tires are perfect, you're shining them all up. Maybe you've even ordered some extra alloy wheels, etc., etc., etc. But guess what? You're not driving your car. You're spending all your effort, time, and attention, which is very, very, very powerful, as you will see if you watch that online course. And you're merely making your car look nice. You're not driving it. So as you're rushing around, putting all these what I call frillies on your car, making it look sparkling and lovely and the best, you know, you've got the newest car, it's got the best alloy wheels possible, but you're not driving it. So what's going to happen to that engine? That engine is going to get rusty. That engine isn't going to work very well. So when you actually want to be human and actually show who you are and actually be in this construct of time and space that we call society, you can't move very well. And as you start moving in this rusty car, even though it looks great, that experience of being the car is a terrible one because it's really difficult, because it can't run. The engine's not moving properly. The oil is, you know, you need more oil, you need to move, you need to get running, you need to get on the M4, a motorway in the UK. You need to get on that motorway and you need to start driving, because if you don't do that, your car will be a rusty heap on the drive outside your house, not able to move, not able to be the essence of a carness. A carness is designed to move, to be. Yeah, it's nice if you've got a nice shiny one, but it needs to be able to drive. You need to be able to drive it. So back to us then. So what am I talking about? I'm saying that you are the car in that analogy. And if you just don't go and do stuff, even though it must be boring, it must be routine, it's not you thinking, am I getting my hit from this? It's not you thinking, am I getting attention from this? It's not you thinking, oh, you know, oh, I'm a bit tired. Oh, I don't think I can do this today. Oh, yes, you can. We are human beings. We're tough. We're resilient. We're strong. We're built like that. We're warriors. Yeah, we've got here now in this time, 2026. From the beginning of time, we are the survivors of all those people who've come before us. Think how strong we must be to be able to, and our ancestors, because they were the ones who lived, and they were the ones who could breed, and they are the ones that we are the result of that. So we're tough cookies. We don't need to frilly up ourselves and get upset because we haven't got attention for 2 minutes. So what? So what? So my suggestion is, if you're anxious, go and do something boring. Go and do something just that you wouldn't normally do because it's not interesting enough. So long as it's not bad. With our brain, the way our brain works, and I talk about this a lot in the Energy Dynamic Model Academy, the way our brain works, people, okay, is if it's not bad, it's good. All right? Now, that's the way our brain works. So if I'm sitting here now and I'm not cold, I'm not hungry, I'm not being attacked, I'm good. Yeah? Now, what our mind says, though, the thinking part of us that's been almost hijacked by society, which again I talk about loads in the Energy Dynamic Model Academy, so please go there if you want to find out more about this. So what has happened is our mind has become the main decision maker these days, and the mind is completely different from the brain. And the mind thinks, well, if something exciting isn't going on, then there's something wrong. So let me make a drama, let me get attention because there's something wrong and I can't concentrate because I need something to go ding, 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 because that's what motivates me. And it does, that is how the mind works, but it's not supposed to work like that. It's supposed to be quiet because your brain is supposed to be running you. And as far as your brain is concerned, nothing is good. Okay? Just being is good. What your brain wants, your brain doesn't want you to be in a bad situation. So, we need to practice that. We need to practice being in situations that are okay, and as far as the brain is concerned, is good. Right? Because we are an aspect of our mind and brain and environment and who we are four things. We're not just one, the brain, or two, the mind. We are four things. When they become amalgamated together, we experience things from all these four places, but often the mind is the dominant one. And I'm saying that is a massive cause of anxiety. If we want to activate more our experience of life, e.g. through our focus, which is what this free online course will tell you how to do this, if we want to make our experience of life a bit more brain driven, e.g. nothing is great, nothing is good, and the mind is calm, we need to start to do stuff regularly and a lot where we're not in a bad situation. You will interpret this though as boring, probably, or oh, I don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do it because usually you're following your mind, which wants lots of attention and lots of hits. And this is made a million times worse because people are on phones, but that's another video. Okay, so what we and this lady discussed was the fact, why doesn't she just go and work in a charity shop a few days a week? Because it's boring. But guess what? The brain will love it because there's no threats. You'll be able to be a bit of an animal because you'll be around people. You'll be hunting and gathering in a kind of way of being out the house, doing stuff, serving, sorting things out. Talking to people. You'll be using all the elements of you that make you human. You'll be giving yourself practice at being a human, which sounds ridiculous. I can't believe I'm saying this. But a lot of the time people are spending hours not doing anything, on the phone, connecting, scrolling, computers and televisions, and guess what? You're bonding with a machine there. You're giving attention to a machine there, and that is changing the way you operate. And again, that's all about the Get Sorted Academy. That's where we start from, which is why you need to understand how to control your focus. And you need to control your focus because we want to be focusing and bringing out our humanness. Okay, the more we're human, the better we'll feel. And humans need interaction. Humans need communication with each other as people. Humans need to be in the real world, touching, feeling, experiencing, smelling, hearing, eating. We need to be doing that sort of stuff in real life. So what will happen, I said to this lady, if you start to do this charity shop job for a few days, guess what will happen? Do it for a couple of weeks. Your brain will start to realize that, hey, we're safe. That's good. So your mind will then calm down because your brain's saying, hey, we're in a good situation. Because you're separate from this, that's boring because you're used to a life that's more exciting normally. But your brain loves it because it can be. And the mind likes it once it gets used to it, because if the brain is in charge saying, hey, I'm just being, then the mind calms down because the mind doesn't have to worry about anything. The mind doesn't have to seek energy from anywhere because the brain is there, is in the moment, is doing, is being, and getting energy from the moment. So the mind doesn't have to look for it everywhere else. So we start to do that. Fairly boring, routine task. Do it for a few weeks. Guess what? When you're doing things that previously you were rushing around to do because you think you should and you need that hit, they actually become attractive in their own right because you're now a bit bored because you've been doing this job in a charity shop that's quite boring for a while. So when you do go for your walk, when you do your meditation, when you do your class that you really look forward to, you will love it in its own right because it's got a context of something else within something else that was quite boring. But even though it was boring, it was very good for you. And now you can, so basically it's the cake, to go back to the cake. So you've got your cake, you're doing a boring, mundane task for a while. That's great. Then you can enjoy your cherries. If you just have a diet of cherries, doing things that you fancy, doing things that you want to do, you need them constantly because if you don't have a cherry, you're lost, you're frightened, you panic, your mind. This is all in the Energy Dynamic Model Academy, guys. I've got 6 courses in there, all about this. Okay, the Get Sorted Academy is about focus because that's the most important thing and it's the first step. So you need to understand this because you need to know how to focus. Jump onto the free online course. Once you know how to focus, then you can look into the detail of stuff, of the detail of who you are, the detail of how your mind works. Okay, but what this video is saying to you is that you need a context of boringness, what you will perceive as boringness, but what the brain perceives as great. You need a lot of that, and then your mind will calm down because it's not constantly having to look for other things to keep it motivated. If your brain is just doing, you're getting energy from just doing and being human. So the more you can get energy from being and doing human stuff, which is going to be experienced by you as boring, the more grounded you feel, the better you'll feel because you've got more energy from being yourself. Then you can then go and chase what I call your frillies. Because back to the car analogy, the car can drive. The car can go and drive, and as you're driving, as you're going about your day, doing your fairly boring things, as you're going about your day, you look great because you've done all your shinies, right? But shinies by themselves do not make your car run smoothly. Shinies by themselves do not give you that feel good. Shinies by themselves make you very, very anxious because you always need more and more and more. Thank you for listening. Please jump on some online courses. Take the free one. The link is below. Take care. Thank you very much.